Hey gang, I'm back with another video here at Joe Daddy's Workshop. You may have seen a couple of videos ago I had some issues with the Osmo Pocket camera from DJI, and I showed different footage of me trying to mow the yard and doing things in the garage and playing around with that camera to show you that there were focus issues with that camera. I contacted the seller on Amazon and I sent that camera back. Now I thought that they were going to do an exchange. I thought they were going to send me a whole new camera, but they didn't. They refunded my money. So I decided to get another camera from another seller on Amazon. Now, the camera that I sent back was part of a bundle kit, but the seller said just send back the camera. So I did, and that's why I thought they were just going to do an exchange, but they gave me a refund for the whole amount, basically. This other seller also has a bundle kit, and it has some items in it that I was going to buy anyway, so it was a little more expensive. This kit was actually $399, and it has some accessories that I wanted. Like I said, I was going to purchase with the other kit, as you know, that I already had. But I'm going to open up this box and show you what's inside right now. All right, so let me show you what's in this box. And again, this says DJI Osmo Pocket Elite Combo Bundle with filter set, selfie stick, tripod, and must-have accessories. It says it right on the box. So I'm going to get this opened up. And I will say, I did add another piece to this package, and this was a connector cable. This will allow me to put the camera on a longer pole if I want to connect it to my phone, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But let me get this opened up. Right out of the box is this Cermic Drone Care Kit Lite. And I know this is just like a cleaning deal. It's got a little spray bottle in here. I think it's got a little blower where you can squeeze the bulb and blow off some debris. A little lens cleaner. There's something else in here. I'm not sure what that is. Have to look at it. But this was part of the kit. Not necessarily why I bought this kit, but part of it. So it comes in a little handy container. I'll set that aside. Here's the brand new Osmo. I'll open that in a minute. Let's see. So I'm going to pull out this bundle kit. It's kind of wedged in here a little bit. That's heavier than the whole camera. So let's see. Open that up. There's all kinds of goodies in there. Start off with, it's got a micro SD card reader. I already have one of those, but handy to have. Comes with a little extension here, and that is, I believe, it's some sort of adapter. You can hook this to the bottom of the Osmo, and then it's got a connector here, and that may be part of this kit where you can connect the USB reader to it. I don't know yet. This is your standard GoPro style clip bundle. You know, it has the little rods and the slip-on pieces. I have a bunch of this stuff already, but there are different things that I thought would be interesting. This is a suction cup kit, so you could like mount it to your windshield or put it on a table or something like that. This is part of the phone adapter kit where you can connect your phone to the Osmo. I'll open that up in a minute. And this is something I thought would be interesting. Let me open this up. This is a clip that you could put on like your like a backpack, like on a strap. You can clip this onto the strap and mount your Osmo in front of it. So as you're walking, it's supposed to track in front of you. And I believe that's all what part of this bundle kit is. It's similar to the GoPro. There is I'll just open that up. A handlebar mount. So if you wanted to put it on your bike, you could. This is, it says updated adapter cup. I'm not sure what exactly that one is, but let's see if I can get it open. Ah, okay. So it has this specialty holder for the Osmo itself. And it should be, yeah, you can flip this, unlock the door, and you can lock it in, sliding the Osmo down into it. That's going to come in handy, I believe. And let's see, it's got another GoPro style clip with it. And I don't know what's in that. Ah, some sort of a strap. Oh, you can put it around your neck, I guess. That could be handy. Set that aside as well. And then, let's see here. Left side extending bracket. I think this is part of the phone kit. We'll find out if I can get it out of the box. Oh, that's a whole nother phone assembly. You can slip your phone in, and then of course you bolt this together. I already have one of these, but it may not hurt to have a second one. Rubber's kind of coming loose there in that little retainer, but I'll set that aside. Now this says tripod. I'm not having very high hopes with that. I know it's just going to be a little, well, just a little tripod, and that's okay. Pretty heavy actually. So you can spread the legs out. Looks like you can adjust it however you want, so you can have the legs really wide or in tight. And of course it has a 1/4-20 threaded connector there, so that's actually pretty nice. Selfie stick. Open that up and see what's going on with that. Oh. A little different. Ah, okay. So that'll extend. It's got one of those locking style where you can twist it and it locks together. And again, that has the 1/4-20 fitting on the end. So turn it counterclockwise. You can slide that together and lock it in. It also double as a handheld. That's pretty cool. Now this is just a, let's see, camera film and screen film for Osmo. Not exactly sure. Probably just a cleaning kit. Yeah, just a little cleaning kit. Nothing to write home about, but part of the kit. And last is some of these filters. Now, these filters are supposed to help with wide angle shots and also controlling some of the effect of the sun on your footage. Now, I've heard good things about filters. I can't say about these specifically because there's so many available on Amazon. But I thought, well, if it comes with the kit, I'll give it a shot. Now, I'm going to just rip that bag apart. So, it's got a sticker here. You can see what all the coding is on there, ND4, ND8. Breaks it down, I guess, into what function each one of those does. I'm not real familiar with that. Looks like a little cleaning cloth, and then the filters themselves. Now, I've heard good and bad on these filters, and one of the complaints, I guess, is the fact that they're actually magnetic, and they just stick to the front of the Osmo, and I'll show you that. But I've heard they do a really good job, and I've seen some footage that these have really helped out. So I'm hoping I get good results out of this. And I can see there's different shades. It's hard to show you, but there's different shades inside of the kit there. So, all right, let me set that aside. Now let me show you the Osmo. Again, I did an unboxing of one of these on my other channel, and I didn't feel the need to do it again on this channel, but I do want to share the information. So we'll get this opened up. So again, there's the packaging. A couple little books here, informational stuff. I didn't find a whole lot of useful stuff in this the last time I did this. I found most of the information online. This should be the charging cable. And also it comes with a little lanyard, I believe. Yeah. And these are the little adapters that allow you to use whether you're using a iPhone, which is what I happen to have, or an Android style. So this is the Android style. I'm not even going to open that, set that aside. And I'm going to open up the Osmo. Now, the Osmo comes in its own little handy case, and you just slide off the rubber cover there and open it up. It also comes with a little piece of foam stuck in here so the gimbal doesn't turn while it's being shipped, and some information here on the front, or what's on the back, I guess, as you're looking at it. But for this to turn on, there's a little dark button, and there's a little button with a red dot. That red dot is your on-off for as far as filming. So if I hit the little black button, there it is. It should be ready to go. Hopefully, I don't have the same problems with this one that I had with the other one. So I'm going to take this little screen cover off the back here, and I'll just show you real quick. I say real quick, if I can get this off. Immediately it comes up with language selections. That looks like Chinese or something. Deutsch. Oh, let's see. Oh, good. There's English. Perfect. Okay, and then before I can do any filming with this, I have to activate it. So I'll point that out, that you have to download the app onto your phone and then connect it to your phone and register it, basically. You really can't do anything with it prior to that. And to show you that, it'll say even on the back there, device not activated. Now, I'll show you this because it's important. If I open up this little pouch, which is the one for the iPhone, it has this little clip deal. And what you have to do is take this little cover off right here. And to do that, you just slide it, and then slide in the adapter, and it's going to lock in. So it's going to stick out to the side a little bit, which is how it's designed. And then you hook up your iPhone or whatever, and I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm just letting you know. So I'm so hoping that I don't have the same issues with this one that I had with the other one. But I'm going to show you something else. I know I got a lot of stuff laying out here. Let me turn the Osmo off. You'll see when you turn this off, you hit that, hold that button down again. It goes into safe mode, and you can put it back in the case. And it has this little cutout here, so if you want to leave your phone piece attached, it actually sticks out of the case a little bit. Alright, that's enough about that. I'm going to try to do some more footage with it in a little bit, and I'll put it on this video. But something else I want to show you is this. Now, whenever I was looking at cameras, I was really debating on whether I wanted an Osmo or a GoPro Hero 7. From what I've heard and I've seen videos online, the Hero 7 is pretty darn cool. It has a built-in image stabilizer, and I'll make some footage of that and show you what that means. If you ever used a GoPro in the past, you know they're pretty decent, but they're nothing compared to this one. And I know I'm behind the curve on this. People have already, I'm late to the game, let's say, but people have been making videos with these and doing comparisons between the Osmo and the Hero 7. I'm not going to do a real comparison because to me they're two different function of cameras. This one, the Hero 7, is more of an action camera. It doesn't have any moving parts. There's nothing on the outside. It's designed, you can take it underwater. It's designed to go off and get wet, and get dirty, and do things with it that you wouldn't normally do with something like this. So the comparison is not really fair. I think that if I'm going to do, again, some sort of rough activity, I'll take and use the GoPro. And I've already shot some footage with this, and I'm pretty impressed with how good it looks. I did add on this little handheld, and this was at Walmart on clearance for $5. It has a little cover to come, or end that comes off, and you can put stuff inside it if you want. And I haven't tested it, but this is supposed to make this float. Supposed to. I don't know if I'll test it that way, but the Hero has some really cool features. You know, in the old cameras, you were limited. You had no screen on the back. In the Hero standard Black Series, it has no front screen. But on this one, it has a rear screen for your looking at, and this one tells you what modes and that sort of thing. Actually on both sides, but that's what this front section is for. So you can see what your settings are while you're filming. Now the Hero also has some pretty cool features as far as what it can do, because you can change the settings from a really wide setting to, well, what they call it, super wide, and then linear. Linear is more like a standard camera. It has all the features you would have in other types of cameras, where you can change the rate and the settings, whether you're like in 4K, or I think it does 2.7K or 1080 or 720. So I'm probably not going to use the 4K just because of what I film is not that critical. It's not like you're doing surgery. So I don't need to have some fancy Super Duty deal going. But anyway, I'm going to be using the GoPro to shoot some of my stuff. And like I said before, the advantage to the Osmo is the fact that it has the gimbal on it. Now, it's great for filming, but it's all, you know, as far as doing like vlogging type of stuff. And it's great for filming certain action sequences, but again, you're not going to go out and be rough with this one. What I really like about the Osmo is the fact that you can do the motion lapse or time lapse, and you can program it to follow a pattern, and it'll film that. And I did some video with that that turned out really nice. And I had other issues with the function or the focus not working. So I'm going to reset this camera. But anyway, I just wanted to share that information, and I'm going to try to get some footage together to put on this video as well. I'm really, really hoping that this little camera does its job this time, and I don't have any issues with it like I did with the other one. But let me wrap this up, and I will add some more footage to this from both cameras. And I'm not going to do a side by side. It's not the same camera. They're not the same thing. But I'll do some footage and I'll identify each one so that you can see what's going on. But let me get started with that. Okay, so this is the first video that I'm shooting with the Osmo. And obviously it's going to have fantastic stabilization. It's going to stay nice and level. And I have it attached to my iPhone at this point. But I know that it should, and hopefully it does, continue to film like it's supposed to. Now, the sun is shining, it's to my back, and I want to try to do a reverse shot here. So what I'm going to do is just turn around, and of course the sun is shining nice and bright, but I'm gonna see if I can't blind myself. I'm gonna do the 360 mode, and it's supposed to track to my face, and I can see the green box, little tracker device, so I should be able to pan around and it stays on my face. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. But so far, at least from the footage that I see on this camera, it looks much better than what I was experiencing with the other Osmo. And I'm going to get out the GoPro and do a similar shot just to show you how that looks. So that's it for this segment of the Osmo. All right, so this is the Hero 7, and this is in linear mode, so very much the same shot. And you may be able to see, I don't know, you're not gonna be able to see it, but there is some movement, and my hand is kind of moving around a little bit. And again, I'm walking down my driveway, and you can see the sun on my back. Now, of course, with the Osmo, you weren't seeing my shadow. I think I had it a little higher in my hand, but I'm going to do a similar shot, and I'm going to turn the camera around. Now, the disadvantage is I can't see what exactly the Hero is seeing, but it's pretty easy to self zone in, let's say, or focus. You can look at the lens, and that'll pretty much put you in the frame. So I'm going to turn around and then turn around the Hero 7. Okay. So again, similar shot, sun's in my face, and now I can see, you know, jiggling with my arm extended, and you know, the Hero is moving around quite a bit, so the stabilization should be pretty good. And so far, like I said, the other footage that I've shot with it, I've been very happy. Now, the only concern I have right now is I don't know how good the microphone is, because I have that casing around the Hero, so I just don't know. So when I make this, we'll both find out. But you know, any kind of action movements, if I have to turn with the camera, you know, obviously I can keep myself in frame, but it's just different than with the Osmo. Now I want to point out, in this little segment, this is again the Hero, the camera is upside down. And when you turn it upside down, it automatically orients to the direction it's facing, or you know what I mean? So it's got like a built-in gyro. So if I'm walking along and I just have my arm extended, and to the point where if I wanted to run, and I'm going to aim down at my feet, you can imagine how much movement my arm is making at this point. So the footage you see will be from the stabilization of the GoPro. The only disadvantage is if I try to turn this camera over, it doesn't orient because I've already got it recording. So obviously I'm going to be upside down. That's the only thing that I've noticed you can't do. I guess it makes sense. Another thing is kind of cool about the GoPro is it has voice commands. So you announce the word GoPro, and then you give it various commands. This camera is sitting on the back of my truck right now, and I gave it the command to start recording. But you have to be careful, because I said the word stop, and then I said the other word, and it quit. But you can also do other things. GoPro capture, and it should take a picture, and there's a variety of things. There's a bunch of built-in voice commands, which I think is pretty cool. There's also some GoPro stop recording. Now I said I wanted to show you this little carrier that I got in this kit. In order to use the carrier, you have to take the adapter off of the phone. It won't work otherwise. Take it all the way off, and then install the little cover that came on the phone originally, as soon as you remember where you put it. So slip that little cover on, locks that off, makes it smooth. This is only going to fit the Osmo in one way. It's got a flat front section and a curved back, which mimics the shape of the Osmo. So just slip that in, push the door around, and then catch the little latch, and that locks it in. Now, as I said earlier, this is going to be pretty cool because you can clip it onto your back, strap on your backpack. It takes a standard GoPro style clip. You slip that in, and then initially I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense because you can only clip it, left to right, or like put it in a belt or something. But I got to looking, and you can actually pivot this plate, and it takes a little bit of turning. But now you can do a 90-degree angle and take the Osmo and connect it, just like a standard style of, GoPro style. So let me get that figured out. If I was going to use it that direction, and I wanted to clip on, well, no, I can only put it on one way, really. It looks like the screen will be forward facing when you're finished. So line up the hole, thread that on, yeah. And basically if I turn on the Osmo, and of course it's facing the wrong way at the moment, but if I triple tap this black button, it turns it around and faces the way I want it to face. So you can't really see what it's filming. So that may be a disadvantage. I don't know. I may have to play around with it a little bit, but I just wanted to show you that because now I can clip it to like a strap, like I said, on my backpack and walk with it and whatever, and it's going to stabilize and it'll hear my voice. May not be a good thing, but I think it's going to be fun to play with that as well and see how that turns out. So that'll be it. I hope I covered enough ground to make you appreciate the video. Or maybe I lost you at some point, I don't know. But I wanted to share this, and hopefully the footage, like I said, comes out really good on this new Osmo compared to the last one, which anything would be an improvement in my opinion. And I'll post everything and show these comparisons between the two and the GoPro and whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to be using these cameras in a couple weeks. I haven't announced it on my other channel yet, but I'm going to go to SEMA and probably do some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to try to get some footage and hang out with some people that are also YouTubers and maybe able to meet some people. But all that stuff will go on my other channel. I'm just giving you a heads up in case you're interested. And that's it. So again, I thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button, join the club, and be part of the Joe Daddy's world. And if you haven't, checked out my other channel as well, Joe Daddy's Garage, if you're into old Mustangs and Camaros and repair videos and stuff like that. So that's it, and until next time, take care of yourselves. There's a handlebar style mark. Oops.